This is a picture of me, college year Jerry, smiling in the face of failure. You're going to fail, and that's okay. As a matter of fact, one of the greatest experiences that I've ever had came through a failure. This is a story about a failure that I faced in the past and how I know that it was the single-handed best learning lesson I've ever had. My goal with this video is to try as hard as I can to emphasize the importance of embracing failure, because you never know where that failure will bring you. Steve Jobs has one of my all-time favorite quotes, and it's that you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. And I've found that to be very true based off of the experiences that have brought me to this video, quite frankly. When I was in college, I participated in this event at my school, which acted very similar to Shark Tank. The entire premise was they would bring in real angel investors. These were actual real people who would invest in your business. And you, if you had an idea, were to present to these angel investors your idea so that you could earn funding and proceed with it as a business. It was actually a really great experience and something that I'm really glad my college offered. And of course, we did have an idea. So a group of my friends and I had this idea that we were floating around for a little bit of time. And I actually came into it later. I'm not going to spend too much time boring on the details, but essentially what the thing was, what this business idea was a networking tool that you could use on your phone. The idea was essentially the dot card. If you guys know what that is, it's essentially a card or a QR sort of card or an NFC card that gives you or lets you share your contact info with someone. Our idea was very similar. It was that for business cards and networking events so that you could quickly share your business card digitally with people. This idea existed before things like Linktree. It existed before things like the dot card. And we were very serious about this. We had meetings weekly. We worked very hard to get an app out. We worked very hard on our pitch, design, development, everything. And while the app never made it to production, we got pretty far along in all of its wireframes, in its design, in its concept. We had everything nailed, and we were ready to do a pitch. And this was months and months and months of our time to get to the point. And we had a very passionate group. There was about 5 of us within the group, and we were all on fire with this idea. It was one that really lit us all up and got us very excited. So, as the pitch came, we presented, and we came in 4th place, which 4th place meant we didn't really get anything. We didn't get any funding from the angel investors. However, we were fortunate that we were granted an office space at our college campus to continue to develop the idea. So we are fortunate in that. However, shortly after this happened, and shortly after we failed up on that stage to earn funding, that lost a lot of the morale of the team, and slowly our idea crumbled. And it was really unfortunate at the time to see a group of 5 of us just fall apart because of something. And the more time I've spent away from that, this was now 8 years ago, maybe even more than that. The more time I spend away from that, the more I'm connecting the dots, looking backwards on it, and how that experience molded me to become where I am today. Little did I know at the time that when eventually the morale fell apart and eventually we kind of decided to not proceed with the app, shortly after the morale fell off, things like Linktree came out, further competitors to exactly what we were doing came out. We decided we missed the mark and inevitably stopped production. That's essentially what happened. I'm making it sound like this happened immediately right after our angel investor pitch. It didn't. It happened a couple months after, but right after the investor pitch, it started to fall apart. Now, the reason I bring that up is because that experience of sitting in a room, collaborating, designing, developing, trying to find investors, collaborating with other schools to the point where me personally, I would go visit campuses in a different city, meet people, and learn how they developed things. It was the most collaborative time in my life. And that direct experience correlated to everything I've done with my life since, whether it's YouTube itself, whether it's my professional career, whether it's my previous professional career, or even the lack of fear that I have in the face of public speaking. There are so many little moments that came from that experience of working on this Shark Tank, working with this group, pitching in front of legitimate angel investors, and further developing the idea in office space that we earned. That experience shaped me to everything that I have done since then. It's something that I hold near and dear. And that's just one example of how failure can lead to a lot of things. Failure comes in so many different shapes and sizes. And look, I know everyone knows that failure is a good thing and blah, blah, blah. This isn't like the first time you're ever hearing this, I'm sure. But think about a past relationship of yours that failed. Think about a time where a friendship failed. Think about that now compared to when you were in it and when you were in the thick of it. It seemed impossible then. It really did. But now, looking back, think about where that exact failure has brought you in your life. The overall point I'm bringing up in this video is that failure is okay. It's not okay to accept failures all the time and be like, oh, great, failed, woohoo, fail. Sure, obviously there's integrity that goes into everything you do, and you shouldn't be seeking failure, but when it happens, it's more important and more valuable than sometimes even successes. That failure that happened with those angel investors for us was one of the most impactful moments of my life. And it's something that obviously I'm here talking about because I want to reiterate the fact that it's okay to fail. Should you seek it all the time? Probably not, no. But it's okay because it will take you further than had you not. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope this impacted you in at least some way, as that failure of mine impacted me. And I'd love to hear some stories from you down in the comments. And with that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video. It's been a while since I post, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of it a little bit. I'll be honest, I haven't really figured out a really straight plan for this channel outside of doing more talks like this. I like talking like this, so maybe we'll expect some more of that, and maybe not. We'll see what happens, but either way, look forward to hearing from you down in the comments. With that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video, and until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.